Hey everybody, it's your friend James Shaw. Trust doing okay. Thanks so much for being with us. You know, we're doing what we do, which is every week talking to agents who are operating at an elite level, doing elite things, and today is no different. I'm excited to introduce you to my friend Flor. Good morning. How are you in Cincinnati?
Good morning.
Would you
Cold.
introduce yourself to everybody? Tell us who you are, where you're from, a little bit about your business.
Yep. So my name is Flor McNally. I am in Cincinnati, Dayton, Northern Kentucky. So we have a tri-state area here. I've been in business for 8 years. I'm a mom of four, 6 and under, and I did 150 units in 2022. So that's just a little bit about me.
That's amazing. Wait, do you mean in 23 or 22 you did 150 units?
22, 2023, my business did go down.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
a
did
lot of people's did, right? A lot of people's did, but here's the thing. You still run very successful business and you help a lot of people. And the way you found to do it is through these housewarming parties, which I think is just legit genius. So we're going to unpack that and what it looks like in a minute. But tell me, where does most of your business come from?
Most of my business, 70% comes from database referrals or just straight from my database.
That's amazing. You had a big database too. What about around almost 5,000 people in that database, right?
That's correct.
Now, how many of them are Mets and how many of them are not Mets?
Haven't Mets are about 700, so everybody else is a Met.
These are people you've met at various events, open houses, in the community, past clients, people you know. How do you keep in touch with a database that big?
With technology, so I use my command smart plans to do quarterly calls, to do events. We do mailers. And honestly, if you talk to anybody in my database, they do feel like they have a close, deep connection with me. So I feel like I have achieved that.
Yeah, I know you do an event a quarter, you do a giveaway a quarter. I mean, you've it seems like to me have developed a very systematic way to connect with people. How important is it to make it systematic instead of sporadic?
It's super important to be systematic because then people can come to expect it. They can talk about it. And I don't know, you make more of an impact. Like if you do something one time, then, yeah, it was really fun and it was exciting, but they're not going to remember that 2 years from now.
All right, so you got to be in touch regularly. A big piece for you, and the reason we wanted to interview you is because you do these housewarming parties. So I assume that means somebody buys a home with you, then the next step is to throw this party to get them connected to neighbors and just make them feel welcome. Is that right?
That's right. So when they close, they get put into what's called the post-closing smart plan. And in that smart plan, they get an email that says, "Did you know?" And that's not the first time that they've heard of that. We talk about it on the initial consult. We talk about it at the final walkthrough, just getting them excited about this possibility of throwing them a big party. Now, everybody's not a big party person, but the fact that you offer it is impactful in and of itself. So once we offer
I'm curious. Let me interrupt real quick. So of the 150 units you did in 2022, not all of those, of course, were buyers, but 70 or so buyers in that probably.
No.
How many of them wanted? What's that?
75% of my business.
Yeah.
Is buyers.
75% buyers. Okay. How many of them wanted a housewarming party?
About 40% of the 70.
Okay, so you're not doing it for everybody, but you offer it for everyone. A lot of them appreciate it. Like I'd probably be the person that would turn it down, right? I'd be one of those, but I'd go, "Flor, thank you so much. That is so nice, and I think that's really cool." But I might turn it down. But I can tell you what, my neighbor 5 doors down, they would have it. Like they would be all about it, and I'd want to go. So it's one of those things. All right, so the first thing is in the consultation, you tell them, by the way, once we get you under contract, we offer to throw a housewarming party if you're interested or something. Is that what you say?
Yes. So I actually have a director of sales that does those initial consultations. So she is having that conversation with them saying, "Oh my gosh, like you would not believe this. Like she's going to throw you a party too." And then my showing partner, when she's showing them houses, also says it. And when they pick the house and they're super excited in that moment where they're about to put in an offer, she says, "Okay, well, where are we going to put the margaritas?" So we're constantly getting them excited for this housewarming party.
Okay, good. All right, so now take us step by step and play by play. We have to NKOTB this, right? I always say NKOTB, step by step, and help people understand how this works. So now I've under contract. We're on the path to closing. What happens?
So once you close, well, we do the final walkthrough, and as I'm walking, through, that's the last time. That's when I put the bow on the housewarming party. I'm like, look, like you're gonna get this email, and you guys should totally do it. It's totally free. You can invite as many people as you want, and I do everything. I do everything for you. I send out the invites. I will get all the preparations. I'll do the food. I'll do the drinks. And so that's the last selling point for the housewarming party. Once they close and they go on that post-closing smart plan, they get the email. The email has a Calendly link. So that Calendly link is configured in a way where it still gives me my weekend. So Sundays are really important to me. So it blocks off the Sundays, and it only allows you to schedule one a Saturday. So they can pick it out as far as they want. So if they want to do it next year, that's totally okay. If they want to do it in 4 weeks, that's also okay. But I do require at least 4 weeks of preparation time and at least 11 RSVPs.
Got it. Because your goal is to get in front of people and meet new people in the community, while you're also helping your homeowner and your new homeowner get connected to the community as well. So
I'll be honest, like for me, it's really not important to get a bunch of people and to talk about real estate at all. The reason why we put the limit of 10 people is because it's really hard to make that amount of food in a way that's profitable. So, yeah.
Great. But it helps grow your database too, I imagine, and just, let you again meet people and become more visible in the community. Now, you have a system to make it easy and consistent. I'm hearing the front end. You've got a Calendly, you've got some expectations on how many people are going to be there and all this different stuff. What about the party itself? How do you make it simple?
So the party itself is broken up. So everybody knows what a kid's birthday party, what the segments of that party are. So I think every aspect of my business, I just try to compartmentalize and systematize. So what are the different phases of the party in a birthday party? So you get there, you mingle, then you do some sort of activity, then you eat cake, and then you open gifts. So I'm like, okay, let me try to do this with a housewarming party. So we get there, everybody mingles, and we eat tacos. Then we do the photo booth. We have a 360 photo booth, and then we do the raffle. And so then after the raffle, we just start breaking down and heading out. So they're never more than 3 hours.
Okay, this is really fun. So first of all, it's tacos. Everybody loves tacos, which is so awesome. And you can, and by the way, then you need, you buy the same plates and the same decorations, and you just recycle stuff over again. Do you have a margarita machine or something like that too?
Not a margarita machine. We have a big containers dispensers. We don't do frozen margaritas.
Perfect. All right. So you have the dispensers for the margaritas, which is great. And then you follow this format. But you mentioned there's a raffle. Tell me about this raffle.
Okay, so on the front end, when people are RSVPing for the housewarming parties, we do it through a Google form. So on the Google form is the big five: their name, their email, their phone number, their address, and their birthday. So I get everything to get their command contact to 92%. So once we get that spreadsheet of people, then we can send them a mailer inviting them to the housewarming party. We send them an email, and then we send them a text the day of the party. So if there's anybody in there that didn't fill out that form, that's the purpose of the raffle, is to recapture anybody that we might have missed or that just decided to crash the party. So during the raffle, we have 3 gift cards. So we have one for Amazon, $75, one to Kroger groceries, and then one to Chick-fil-A for free lunch. So everybody gets super excited. It gathers everybody up again and re-energizes them, right? Because the tacos are super fun, the margarita is super fun, the photo booth is super fun. Like, how can I get these people re-energized and just put like a big bang at the end? We do the raffle. So they fill out this form, same thing. It asks for their name, email, phone number, address, birthday. And then we do a wheel of names, and it selects a winner for those 3 things, and everybody's cheering and then, celebrating the person that won, or fighting, like, oh, like, how did he get it? And I really wanted it. And so it's just like, it leaves the party on such a high note. And then after that, we gather everybody up and we do a group photo.
Oh, that is so fun. Now, you mentioned earlier in the call that this is not necessarily a referral event for you. You're not out hunting for referrals. This is,
Nope.
Well, this is about your homeowner, but you're just throwing this party. I'm sure though people do want to talk real estate and stuff like that from time to time, because you're there and you're the agent who helped them, and this buyer is talking about how great you are. How do you handle that? How do you handle the opportunities? Because I'm sure some come down the line for you, but how do you handle them at the party?
That's a really great question. So when people come up to me, like you said, it's inevitable. They're going to want to talk about real estate. I'm getting ready to buy a house, or oh my gosh, I wonder what you think my house would be worth. And I'm like, I love that, and I really want to talk to you. What is your name? Number one. I find them on the sheet and I send myself a note for Monday. I'm like, I'll reach out to you on Monday. We'll talk about that because right now I just want to celebrate Taylor and Fernando or Kadani and Rosa. Like, I just want to spend time with them, but I really appreciate, the opportunity to help you too.
That's so cool. And then I imagine you've got a follow-up play that you're going to run after the party, both for your client and the people who were there.
That's exactly right. So the group photo that we take at the end, I actually put into a beautiful frame that says, our housewarming party with the date on it. It's on bamboo. It's amazing. I mean, when they get it, they're just like, "Are you serious? Like, you just threw me a party and you're sending me this, this souvenir from this amazing event." And they're always amazing. I mean, every single one of these parties is super memorable, and people still talk about it to this day. Aside from that, like, I do have a videographer also that puts together a professional video. So we send them that video through BombBomb and all the guests that came too.
That is so fun. All right, so I have a couple of questions. First of all, by the way, we put together a playbook of this process that we're going to share with people, and we'd love any templates or samples or examples of what you send, which would be great. And we'll share those with our Inspire Collective members. So if you're an Inspire Collective member, you can go to inspire.jamesdshaw.com, click the downloads section, and our Inspire members can download it. If you're not an Inspire member, you can join Inspire at the same link, or you can go back and watch the video and just write down everything Flor told you. She gave you the outline. But for our Inspire members, we packaged it real easy for you so that you have access to it at inspire.jamesdshaw.com. Flor, what does something like this cost?
So it costs about $1,000, and I get a contribution from the lender of $400.
Okay, so you have a sponsor with this as well, and that would be, I imagine, if your buyer used this lender in addition to, working with you. Is that right?
Yes and no. So she is a really abundant thinker. So even if they don't use her, and the lender that they did use refuses to give that contribution, then she still pays for it because she knows.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great. Does this lead to more opportunity down the line? Do you get referrals and future transactions from throwing these $1,000 housewarming parties?
100%. So we just did one 2 months ago, and I'm closing somebody in 3 weeks that came from that party.
That's amazing. I mean, I will take it all day. And I imagine that you get referrals and future business frequently from these, or you wouldn't do them.
That's exactly right. Yeah, somebody reappeared out of a housewarming party that I did 3 years ago. But it's also, you have to have a systematic way to stay in front of these people. It's not just you throw the housewarming party and that's it. For me, the most important thing with any event, any giveaway, anything that I do really is data collection. It's not about referrals. So if you're constantly chasing the referral, then it's never going to happen. But if you chase the relationship, then referrals will just naturally come.
Yeah, it's add value to people. Check in with them. Show them you care. We'd say this all the time in here. Your business can be about money or it can be about people. If it's about money, you're chasing referrals. If it's about people, you're chasing relationships. You're adding value. And then when they move from not needing a real estate agent to needing a real estate agent, you're the one they call, right?
Exactly right.
Yeah. What are some lessons you've learned with this? I'm sure you've had some mistakes along the way too.
Oh yeah. So our first housewarming party was super rocky, but I don't know if anybody on here knows what an Enneagram is, but I'm an Enneagram 8. I'm totally fearless. If I get an idea and it sounds really good, then I'm going to just do it. So I just did it. Like, I threw it together and I put together like a stupid little video, but it was super memorable to them. So for me, the biggest lesson has been, like, people care about the gesture more than they care about the fine-tuned details. So don't overthink it. Just do something nice for people because it's unexpected, especially in our society today. Like, nobody's doing this kind of stuff anymore. So just be kind and do things for people with the intention of the heart, not, obviously chasing after the money.
Yeah, no doubt. By the way, I knew I liked you. Us 8s got to hang out together. There's no doubt about that. So
you're an 8?
I am. Yeah, true story. My wife always say 8s are gonna 8, and it's true story. So there you go.
Absolutely true.
Anything else you want to share with everybody before we kick it?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, you're awesome. I appreciate you. Congratulations on your success. And what you're doing with these housewarming parties is genius. Thank you for sharing your system with us so we can share it with everybody else as well. And I wish you great success in 2024 too. Flor, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.